Oh, hello, friends. Welcome to this very first of many live broadcasts with Stix Bones and the Bone Squad. Come on in the room. Let people know that we are live and that we are getting ready to have an amazing, fantastic, super dope, informative, transformative evening together. So come on in, everybody. Welcome to the very first Bone Entertainment, Stix Bones, and the Bone Squad live with Mrs. DeVita. I am very excited for this opportunity to speak with this incredible band. You're going to have an opportunity to ask the band questions. So please put your questions in the comment section and we will answer as many as possible. This evening, you're going to be treated to the performance that happened in January at the Cutting Room. It was January 12th and it was fantastic. If you were there, let me know in the comment section that you were in the building and you saw it live and in person. But we're going to replay that this evening. We're also going to give you some behind the scenes tips on what goes on when creating an album such as Olympic Soul. Tonight, I am guaranteeing you that you're going to have an amazing time. You're going to have so much fun. You're going to learn some new things and you're going to be engaged with this incredible band. So come on in, everybody. I refuse to start a live until I have some people in the room. So come on in, everybody. Let your friends know that we are live right now. I'm going to bring the band on the stage very shortly, but I just need to warm y'all up. I'm like the pre-show hype girl. Okay, I'm a pre-show hype girl. That's my role tonight. All right. Taisha was in the building. Woohoo! Thank you, sis, for joining us this evening. Please let your friends know that we are live. Come on, y'all, comment. Let me know if you were in the building on January 12th and how much fun you had at the Cutting Room. If you weren't there, tonight is your opportunity to be a part of that performance. But even more so, you get to ask the audience, the band, some questions. So come on in. Let me know who you are, where you're coming in from. I like to know who I'm chatting with. It's going to be so much fun, but I got to have people in the room before I can get started. For those of you who don't know, the Bone Squad is an amazing group of young men, and they are going to speak with us this evening about their performance at the Cutting Room. But beyond that, they're going to tell us a little bit about who they are, what they do in the music industry when they are not working with the Bone Squad, what they're doing behind the scenes, who they are as men, as husbands, as sons, all that amazing stuff. This is your opportunity. It doesn't come very often that you have an opportunity to speak live with the band and get to learn about who they are, a little bit more about them as individuals. So we want to give you all that opportunity to do so tonight. Like I said, we're going to show a little behind the scenes. I am grateful for all the people who have agreed to help us with this broadcast tonight. One of them is Sam Archer. He is in the background and he is making things happen. So salute to you, Sam. Thank you so much for all that you are doing. Right now, we're going to go ahead and get this show started. I like to be as prompt as possible. So right now, we are going to have the behind the scenes of some of the recording from Olympic Soul.
Yeah, whoever's closest to the Juno, just there's a H, M, or L. Just make sure it's on M.
Yeah, have the box charging my gimbal.
Gimbal, okay. So here, do me a favor. Plug that light up. Should be a U. I think it's a USB-C. Check. I believe it is.
Yeah, we do have another outlet.
It's using all the ones in there.
It has to be inside there.
Stix Bones,
It was two.
the man with the plan.
One, but I think he's using
He's using another one.
Where's Bey? Holding down the bottom foundation.
So we're just gonna I'll go around. I'll wipe out.
The multi-talented Sean Taylor.
Tom, you got it?
Maestro here. Pyramid Studios. We're getting started. When you get two, it's because you know what to do. Got some sound.
So that's just your, is that your bottom?
When they come out of Diamond in the back, I wanted to kind of do transition to a different key with Diamond in the back, Diamond in the back, and then we go into this vamp where, you know, that vamp out. So we just play let me just play the beat and then you just do some chords.
So you can count bars. I'm just playing them 2 notes until it's time to change the position. That's all I'm gonna do about this.
So we'll do four bars out of just the rhythm, and then I'll start the count for the 40s for what he should be singing.
Yeah. Can you show me that again? What that? Okay.
All right. All right. So that. One way, or you can do just a and then go into it, depending on how your wrist is feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
So my only problem is right in here, right? Right in that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because for some reason you stop thinking. Just be creative, man. Paint the color.
All right.
All right. Here we go from the tippy. Quiet on the city. Let's make a record. Sean, can you do me a favor? Can you go
Okay,
get
here's my chance. Here's my chance.
Is it working?
Ground the ground. Clear on the ground. Hey man, nobody listening.
I'm listening.
Down here on the ground.
In key. Now do it in key.
Down here on the ground.
Hold up the keys for him so he can pick one.
Bob Beeman in concert.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Live in concert, February 30th.
I will be here. I will be here.
Oh my gosh. February 30th, 3034. I love it. That was just a little bit of the behind the scenes of what went into the making of the Olympic Soul album. And with that, I want to introduce you to the Bone Squad, of course, starting with the incomparable, my husband, my bae, my baby, my hunt. Oh, sorry. I could keep going on. Stix Bones, everybody. Yeah, Stix. You know, I had to do all the things. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to introduce the full band, and then we're going to have a conversation. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Next up, we have Al Brisbane, also known as Big Al, who is the man holding down the bottom. Hey,
Hey, hey.
Al.
Happy
Then
Sunday.
we have
All right.
Happy Sunday. We have Sean
Sunday.
Taylor, the man who demands we respect the musician. Yes.
What's going on, Davita?
Going on, my friend. Then we have our band MD, who is Denson Maestro Kerwin. Hi, Denson. These are all my brothers, you guys, just so you know. And then finally, we have the man himself, the Olympian, Mr. Bob Beeman.
Bob Beeman.
For all, yes.
All right.
The amazing people of the Bone Squad. These are the guys who make the music happen. Stix, what in the world, how in the world did the Bone Squad get started? Let the people know.
So we the Bone Squad has a little bit of history. First of all, it started out with me and my childhood brothers. We you know, as teenagers, you kind of had these ideas of, you know, back in the day, what you're going to do in life, but we was already forming ourselves as a unit back then. So it started out with 5 of us. It was myself, it was Royal Bennett, Thomas Lewis, Jermaine Vincent, and Travis Pelzer. And we would get together every weekend. We would go to the mall. And it's funny. So we were basically in Brooklyn. So Royal and Travis was from Coney Island. Salute Coney Island. Thomas was from Bed-Stuy. Salute Bed-Stuy. Jermaine and myself was from East New York. We were all Brooklynites coming together to bring this together and do this whole situation as kids. Like, one had a position. One was the electrician technician. He was able to fix anything we needed electronically, you know, to fix. The other one, Royal, he was our barber. So we made sure we look fresh, we look clean, we look dap, you know. Thomas, he was all about security. So he wanted to make sure we were safe. Travis was another MC. He was one of the MCs that was up and coming. And then myself, I was in the band. You know, I was the musician. I was holding down the music. And, you know, at 16, 17, and 18, you have this group with this unit. And then life kicks in. Your mother's like, you got to get a job. So we as the Bone Squad had to become these men. And it was like, well, hey, look, I meet you where I meet you. But thank God for me, I was able to go to school for music, get a bachelor's degree in music. And I promised them, I said, as long as I'm breathing, the Bone Squad will always live.
I love that.
And that led to me keeping the dream alive all these years. Me and the brothers were still doing our thing. Thomas became a sergeant for school safety, still doing security. Roy started out cutting hair, but then he went on to do other things. Travis started working for Tommy Boy Records for a little bit, and then he went on to do other things. And our brother Jermaine worked in a warehouse factory up until his gone too soon passing at the age of 43. Jermaine Vincent passed on. And, you know, we salute to him. This is the legacy of what we all built together. And that transpired from me just dreaming with them. And the love I have for the men that I asked to perform with me. These men are now who you see before you as the Brothers of Noble Excellence Band.
I love it. So BONE is an acronym for those of you who don't know, haven't heard this before. BONE is an acronym, and it means Brothers of Noble Excellence. Now, one of the brothers on the screen tonight is Big Al, and I put you guys in this particular order because I felt like it was best fitting to share your story of how you became a member of the BONE Squad. So I'm going to let Big Al tell us how he became a member of the BONE Squad.
Okay, well, Stix and I met on a gig, and we've known each other for years. I went and did my own thing. I was, excuse me, I was traveling. I did a lot of international touring, and Stix, I was home, and Stix approached me about doing the BONE Squad. We ended up playing for an artist. I can't remember his name, but we played for an artist, and we worked out of a studio on 30th Street. Shortly after that, we did the first recording. And the rest is history. We did the first recording. I love the music. I love Stix as a brother, what he stands for. And that was a no-brainer for me. He means what he says, he's honest. He writes good, clean music. And I have to say, everyone that's come in the band, especially what we have right now, the current unit, brothers are solid men.
I love that.
Outside of I'm not even talking about musicianship, but because they are all of that. But when you have a group of guys, a group of musicians, where the relationship goes far beyond the bandstand. That's one of the things that attracted me to, it was a no-brainer because I watched how Stix moved. And all of us have our own stories about different things that have happened in the business. And I can say, without a question, he is consistent. He's consistent as a man. He's consistent as an artist. And I love him, and I love my brothers.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that, Al. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, Al is one of the, I told y'all, this is my husband. Stix is my husband. So I can attest to everything that Al said about the meeting and when they started playing together and all that stuff. I've seen the highs and the lows. I've seen the successes and the failures. I've seen the excitement and the disappointment. But Al has been consistently with Stix for, oh my God, over 15 years. It's been a long time, y'all. It's been a long time. And I'll go first, and I want to go to the newest member of the BONE Squad, and that's Brother Sean, my good friend, my shining star. Sean, tell us how you became a member of the BONE Squad. I remember the first time I met you, but tell the audience.
Well, it is now 2024, and we're going over 3 years, or just about 3 years now. Back during the pandemic, 2021, about early 2021, I believe that Stix was working with I don't want to butcher the name, but either another horn player or whatnot. And for whatever reason, they were unable to continue working on something of that sort. Nonetheless, Denson, affectionately known as Maestro, that's my bro. We go way back from high school. We both went to LaGuardia High School together. And he called me one day. Normally we call to talk about basketball or to go play basketball. But he called me this time around, and he was like, hey man, I definitely I want to talk to you about a great opportunity. I think that you'd be a great fit for a band that I'm the MD for. And then we got on a call with Stix, and interestingly enough, I believe I'm trying to remember the year. Probably about 13 years ago, when I had released a record that Maestro produced called Quiver. It's probably around the time where I believe I met Stix once, but it was in passing. It wasn't like in depth. So it was great for things to come around full circle. We got on a call. He was like, "Hey man, we think you'd be great," and I've been here ever since, man. I'm the as Stix would call it, the Mick Jagger of the Bone Squad. I play trumpet in the band, and I bring that high energy, and so and just to echo the sentiments that Big Al mentioned, other than just being stellar musicians, being amongst one another, this thing goes far beyond music. We're there for each other in life, period. And it's just truly a blessing to be amongst brothers, amongst Black men who truly are there for one another. So that's how I came about being in the Bone Squad.
Love it. Okay, now you gotta read yourself because I hear myself 2 times. All right, much better. Now we have somebody over here that him and I, we go back and forth all the time. I don't know why. I love him so much. He's my little boo-boo. Y'all, I love Denson. He is such a talented musician. And I'm so glad that he is a part of the Bone Squad. Denson, how did you become a part of the Bone Squad?
Hey, everybody. So let's take a journey back to 2011, exactly April 8th, 2011. Why do I know this date so well? Well, April 8th is my birthday. All right. So April 8th, 2011, I got a call to do a gig at Lincoln Center to play piano and do music for this choir out of Boston, I believe. And they sing internationally. On the gig, for the accompaniment was me on piano and Stix Bones. And that was the first night that I met Stix. We connected so well. The choir and the director was so happy to have us. And, between me and Stix, we just had a great bond from that moment. Stix, later on and through the course of that year, gave me some calls to do some gigs with him, primarily at the Paradise Theater in the Bronx. And after a while, he was just like, Denson, I would love for you to just be a part of this band, the Bone Squad, and, be the guy on keys. And, I accepted the call. And, joining in with Al, Mel Smith, and now, Sean Taylor is on board. I've been having a world of a time. This has been full excitement for the last 13 years. I can't believe it's been that long, but yeah, 13 years going on. Right.
Time has truly flown by. Those Paradise Theater evenings were always so much dang on fun. Like, it was just always such a treat, and the way people enjoyed you guys playing, and like you said, Mel Smith, oh my goodness, so much fun. So much fun. Yay.
And also it was a star-studded event too. I met Miguel, Marsha Ambrosius, the group Next. And even with our first gig, Stix, we met Hugh Jackman and Kenan Thompson. And, Stix has also, allowed me to meet some people in other entertainment industries. So, just being a part of this band and seeing the talent, and working with incredible men who are masters of their craft, and our fathers and great brothers, and just really great men. Like, I'm so privileged to be a part of this band, and I'm looking forward to our bright future.
Yay, that's beautiful. That sounds like an acceptance speech. That was wonderful. I love it. All right, now last up, I have the incomparable, the super talented, the man who leaped. Mr. Bob Beeman is a part of the Bone Squad. Bob, can you share with us how you became a part of the Bone Squad?
Absolutely. It began one year. My daughter had a cookout in Queens, and my cousin Al Brisbane and his wife Rebecca were invited to the cookout, and at that time, I don't think I was thinking about music at the time, but Al said that I have somebody that's coming over to talk to me for a few minutes, and his name is Stix. And I said, oh, not Stix Hooper from the Jazz Crusaders, but, maybe, is he a musician? And he said, yeah, man, he's hot. I said, whoa. And so I think that kind of opened me up a little bit of where I felt like, music. He's a drummer too. Oh my goodness. All right. And my first time meeting him, Stix was kind of laid back. He was just, how you doing, Bob? Bam, bam, bam. And from that, I started talking to my cousin more about, my interest in coming back into music. And I had not played since I was probably around 17 years old, 18 years old. And I guess it's like a pipe dream then. But, and then, years later, it just kept bothering me. I got to get back into it. And so one day I came up to my cousin. I said, what do you think about me getting back into it real seriously? He said, hey, man, come on, man. He said, man, I'm down. I'm doing some stuff, and I'm doing some stuff with Stix. And so that was when it all started. And then I had conversations with Stix. And the thing about it was, how does one play after almost 50 years? Over 50 years. And I can say that Stix was and is, and I believe will always be an incredible motivator and teacher or instructor or professor at and I think that at that time when we both agreed that let's try it, let's get involved, let's get deeper into this here. And the more that we talked, the more deeper I got into it, and the encouragement came from Stix. And so I could say that in the very beginning, the connection came from Al, and I want to thank Al for believing in me, and then turning me over to Stix. And from that point, Stix said, let's get to work. Let's see what you can do. And that's when it all came into focus. That was when I first started to become extremely motivated and excited to get back into the game. But if it wasn't for Stix's unique way of getting someone motivated and not taking anything away from what he has done, but adding on to what we needed to add on to move forward. I say he was a great teacher and a great person. But also, I see him as a great father and a great leader in his family. Extremely good man in his music career, and I know that he will be extremely successful. I think he will do a wonderful job. I think I think he will be standing on the stage to be recipients of many awards, and not just an Emmy or anything like that, but also things that comes with being a great family man and all that kind of stuff. So I salute him as an incredible teacher. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to at least share something that I did some years ago, and you brought it out even better than before. I just want you to let me sing, though. I just need to sing. You got to hey guys, y'all guys got to let me sing. You got to encourage him to say, hey, let him hit a note.
We booked you February 30th. February 30th.
Oh, thank you so much, Bob, for those kind words. All of you guys, actually, this makes Stix very uncomfortable. As much as he enjoys playing the drums and being in the spotlight on the stage, this kind of attention is definitely not something that he likes. So I am thankful to you all for letting him hear your hearts tonight. I appreciate that, and I know, that it's making him super happy. Now, we've talked a lot. It's time for some music. Y'all ready for some music? I'm ready. I'm ready for some music. So we're going to give you guys a little bit of the concert that happened on January 12th. It was at the Cutting Room. It was amazing. Like I said before, if you were in the room, please make sure that you let us know in the comments section so that we can shout you guys out later. But Sam, right now, we're going to take them to the medley from January 12th. Enjoy, you all.
Tonight, you're going to be able to tell all your peoples that you met a drummer that happens to be the artist of a dope jazz band that's giving you the boom in the back just like that. And his name goes by the name of Stix Bones. So what I'm going to do...
boys.
So good. Who them boys is?
I love hearing you guys play live. It is amazing. It's electrifying. You all look like you're having so much fun on stage. Stix, are you having fun on stage?
I'm nervous as a wreck, man. Trying to remember my parts and what I gotta play.
So what is your process? So I know we saw at the beginning, for those of you who are just joining us, welcome. This is Alive. We're talking about the Bone Squad, how it got started, all the origin stories. You can go back and watch the beginning. But at the beginning, we had a little bit of the behind the scenes of some rehearsals and recordings and things that you guys are doing. What goes into the process of going from the box, which I'd love for you to share what the box is for everyone. What goes into being in the box to being on a stage like the cutting room?
The box is the, I want to say, wow, it's a word I'm searching for. But the box is the legacy of a group called Something Different. And Something Different is I'm blessed to be around a lot of brothers. So Something Different consisted of Anthony Hayward, Patrick Knight, our big brothers, and it is literally in the backyard of my grandmother's house. Which my brother Tony, at the time when he was a teenager, he wanted to, do music. So he had his job at McDonald's, and when he was working at McDonald's, every time he got paid, he would go to the music store, get some equipment. Him and the homies in the neighborhood, Patrick lived right up the block. Another brother named DeMarlo lived up the block who played guitar. He got all these guys, and they come up in Jamaica, Queens, where music really was thriving back in the early 80s. Run DMC was out in Hollis. So the box is based in like this place of Queens where musicians thrived. You had Marcus Miller come out of the neighborhood, Lizette Wilson come out of the neighborhood, so many and so many others. So when Tony, life kicks in and you have to make a change in life, he handed me the keys like, yo, man, keep the dream alive, right? Keep the dream alive.
You have indeed done that.
Yeah. But that was one of the biggest responsibilities because this is one of the first things he birthed on the planet. You know what I'm saying? And Tony really hard sweat and tears, him, Patrick, the Rag Brothers, this is where they breathed everything. All their creativity came out of here. And in the box it's small enough for you to get to be comfortable, but it was never meant to stay here. Tony said it goes from the box to the world. Promise me that's where it's going to go. So the process of creating all begins in the box. And the objective is to know that it doesn't stay here. It's determined, it's created to go out to the world and reach those in the masses. And we have set up shop where Maestro comes in, Big Al comes in. They furniture is here, man. Like everything is in here. You got keyboards. I'm tripping over wires. I got bass equipment. The only one who takes their stuff home is Sean. I got Bob's shakers here. His bongos is here. This is the place called home, and I was taught that you need a home base. Whatever it is that you do creatively, you gotta have your own lab in order to work out of. You gotta have a place to call home, and if you don't, then you're gonna be finding yourself at the mercy of somebody that you're renting from. And for so many years, I was working out of somebody else's studio, and I had to work according to their timeline. When the inspiration hits me, I want to get into the studio. I'm like, oh, today is Monday at 7 p.m. You got to wait until Saturday to come in. And that right there was killing me. Wow. So I am so grateful for my brother, Tony Hayward, who was the one who really set this up, broke the ground to build this place. And I guess he influenced the other brothers in the neighborhood to pick up a screwdriver and a shovel to help him. And we all are living off of that, off of their blood, sweat, and tears in the beginning of the whole situation.
Cool. Al, how did it feel coming to the box? Like, were you accustomed to going to big studios, or what was it for you when you were invited to the box? You're muted.
I kept myself muted. Just
good job.
Anyway.
Good job.
But well, I've done both. I've done really large studios, getting ready to go out on a tour, something middle, everything between. But when you walk into the box, you automatically feel welcome. It's a vibe in there, and that vibe is it's a safe space. So if it's a safe space, it's pure. You know, don't come in there with no foolishness, you know, trying to be shady or slick, because we see it and we feel it. And for the most part, the people who are in the room, if somebody did come in there like that, they would feel it. And sometimes, you know, that can make someone uncomfortable. But for me, it was, like I said, it was a place where you can learn, you can make mistakes there. We laugh at each other. You know, everybody does it. You know, it has little brain farts, whatever, but we all push through it, and we hold each other accountable.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so important, especially for men, you know, working together and trying to build something together and being accountable to one another. And that's what I see in the Bone Squad. Denson, how was it for you being a part of the box, coming into the box?
Well, it was definitely something different. And, you know, one of the things that resonated or continues to resonate with me is, you know, also meeting some of the family that's connected to Grandma's house. So, including Grandma herself. She's such a gem. And, man, and, you know, being there with Stix and working on the music and putting arrangements together, it's like we feel like mad scientists in a lab, but you know, we're doing music, and music is the thing that invokes all the emotions. It helps us get through the day. It's an outlet of sorts. So, you know, to echo Al's point, it is a place of safety, but it's an outlet, certainly for me, and I appreciate that space and being there with the fellas.
Really cool. So I want to talk a little bit about the clip that we just watched, the performance. Sean dropped off and I was waiting for him to come back. So now that you're back, Sean, there's a part in the songs. So first of all, Stix, can you keep going again? Stix, tell me the songs that you guys were playing in that medley.
So in that medley, that was songs from various singles that we've done. The first song was Twice as Nice. That was a single that we did just to stay relevant, because music was changing. It was getting too expensive to do an album. So I was doing singles at the time. So we did Twice as Nice. And then from that, we went into Dance With Me. Dance With Me was on the very first recording, Groove Like This. And Groove Like This was, man, I didn't know what I was doing.
That was almost 20 years ago, right?
Yeah. But that record was inspired by Ray Chu. Because at the time I was real heavy in hip hop, and Ray Chu said, if you want to sustain yourself in this business, Ray Chu, for those who don't know, he's the music director of Dancing with the Stars. Me and him, at the time, he was the music director for Showtime at the Apollo. And I would meet him every week. And he mentored me. He said, listen, if you're going to be in this business, you got to do something musically. You got to start writing music. And that's what's going to keep you here. And the Groove Like This album was a weird time, because it was the time you were pregnant, babe. Like, we were about to have our first child. So here I am writing my first album, and we have our first child on the way. And it's like, oh my God, who gets the milk and who gets the studio time? Like, it was weird. I had, you know, then Eric was born, and then got Eric right here with his bottles, the keyboard, the drum machine, it was a weird time.
Very true.
It was a weird time. So, but Dance With Me came off that groove, like this album, which I'm very proud of. And then after that, we went into Days With You. Days With You is actually a part of a movie soundtrack that I helped write with a great filmmaker, Arthur Vera Edwards. So Days With You was part of that. And then just to pay tribute to one of the forefathers who did it before us, like I try to do in all our shows, by Herb Albert, we paid tribute and we played Rise. And we, thanks to Sean and Maestro, we got to add in the ones who took from Rise and sampled it. Notorious B.I.G. made the song called Hypnotize, and that was that da 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 da, like that's that little hip hop influence. So because we want the people to bounce with it too. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have a bounce. You can't just
gotta have a bounce.
You gotta bounce.
Sean delivers it every time. Like
every time.
Yes.
Not only does he deliver it, but he performs it. So Sean, while you're here, don't go back. Don't leave me again. When you guys do Rise, whose idea was it for you to enter from a completely different place and begin playing the horn until you got on stage?
Well, Stix thought that it would be a pretty neat idea to have me play, behind stage or, in an area that's off to the side of where I would be, where I wouldn't be seen. And the idea was also that so that when people hear it, they'll say, wait, are they playing the actual record? Right? And so eventually, as I would be walking to the stage, people would look and go like, oh, snap, he's playing, that kind of thing. And so, just the concept of adding, showmanship, bringing entertainment, engaging with the audience, just creating experiences where, people will see like, oh, wow, these are not just musicians or artists who are on the stage. And when everything is all said and done, we're out. No, like we are walking in the crowd, you can touch us, you can talk with us, like we're approachable, so Stix wanted to add that. He's like, hey, Sean, man, we're going to use you, man. Hey, look, I need you to bring that energy, but I think it'd be real cool if you, walk from behind the stage and out of nowhere, they'll see you and then make your way to the stage. By the time we get to about the bridge section, and then, that'll be like the big reveal. And so ever since we first did it, it just has become one of the things that we keep going in our set, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So.
And it's always people, as a person who's always in the audience watching people's response, like, where's the music coming from? And I'm just sitting there like, y'all gonna see in a minute. It's always so much fun. Speaking of showmanship, Bob, you were on the stage at the cutting room, and that's the next clip we're gonna have up in a moment. But how did it feel to be on that stage, Bob?
I went at I go like this, and it comes from early on understanding. It's almost like competing in a competition where I'm running, and what we learn is that first of all, you got to be ready. Number one. And you got to understand what you have to do. And number three, you got to really love what you're doing. And I felt very confident in performing that evening. And, I wanted everybody to make them feel that I was happy at what I was doing. And that I think that, the entire band showed that it wasn't just the playing. You could see that everybody on that stage loved what they were doing. And so the comments after the show was, you guys look like you really enjoyed yourself. I personally enjoyed myself, and I felt very confident in performing. Again, when the light hits the stage, you better be ready. The curtain is up, the audience is sitting out there, and it's called You're the Entertainer. And so that's how I really look at playing. I'm ready at any point, and I'm ready at any challenge.
That's what I'm talking about. So next up, you all, you have the incredible privilege of a set that was done that includes Bob Beeman. He had, y'all, I'm telling you, I was in the audience. This man had a blast, okay? So I hope that you enjoy what's coming up next. Sam, is on you. Put it on them.
So we're done. Here we go. Hey.
are bad. You hear me? Them boys are bad. You guys, that was awesome. Absolutely enjoyed that performance, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to watch the one, the only Bob Beamon in his element. Like, Bob was trading fours, everybody. Bob, how did it feel to be trading fours?
Well, I think it has a little ring and a joke to it. We did a early show, probably 4 months before that show, and it was my first time getting on a pair of congas, and so everything was pretty much foreign to me. So I was there with the 2 or 3 congas, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna jump right in it." And so we had Sean, we had Denson, and we had Al, and we had some other members, but we had guests in the audience. And so I say, well, I should do fairly good. And so Stix said 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 and then he said, "Okay, it's time to trade fours." Boom, 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 Bob. And I stopped. I said, "No, no, no." And Sean said, "Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. He always does that." I said, "I can't do that." I mean, it was a trip on trading floors. I said, "Man, well, you know what? It's a challenge to get back into it, and this is one of the challenges." And I guess you gotta not only know what you're doing, but you gotta feel it too. And as time went on. Again, thanks to Stix, he got me into that zone where I could actually know what I was listening to and how to get into the pocket. And so I was truly blessed that I had that night where I would come back and even show Sean that I could do fours. I could trade fours because Sean said, "Don't worry about it." When I first did, I was like, whoa, man, young guys are asking for too much from me. But that's all in part of the challenge in life. Life is sort of, let's see what you can do. And if you and when you say you can do something, let's see what you can do. Don't let's not talk. Let's show me what you can do. And that's been the way that Stix rolls with me. Come on, let me show you this. Let me see you can do it. Come on, let's go. Let's hit it. And so it's a challenge, and it makes you want to get it right from the very beginning. So that was a beautiful night for me, January 12th.
That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, yeah.
I just want to chime in a little bit and salute to the brothers, additional brothers that they saw on stage. Our brother Mel Smith, he was the original horn player before Sean.
Yep.
And Mel had to move to take care of his family down in Jacksonville, Florida, and he flew up just to join us that night because Mel is on the album. And then in the back, standing next to Maestro, was Steve Brown. Steve Brown also was in New York. But Steve Brown relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, and he too flew up for this event. And the thing about it is, we're in the situation, we're in the time now. It kind of doesn't matter where you are if you want to get something done. Mm-hmm. Those brothers aren't able to meet us on all our shows, but they are on the album, and that set was the opening of our new album, Olympic Soul. Collectively, it was a combination of songs off of the Soul series. We have Breaks from the Soul Volume 2, and now Olympic Soul. And if you can't feel the soul in that performance,
something wrong with you.
Some fried chicken or something to get some soul food or something from somewhere. so you can find out what the soul is. Listen to some Marvin Gaye and some Al Green and get some soul in you. But yeah, that was like, this was Olympic Soul and the Soul series at its best. But I definitely want to salute to Mel Smith on tenor sax, Stephen Brown on guitar. Great brothers to have on the album, no matter where they are on the planet. Whenever I call, they pick up the phone, and I'll forever love them for it. Salute to them.
Salute to you guys. Can we talk a little bit about Brisbane's Bounce? I think that is one of my favorite songs on this album. How does it feel to have a song on an album named after you and your thought process and all that good stuff?
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
All right. Taken back, in disbelief. I've been doing this a long time, and never have I had that experience. And I have a lot of grooves of my own, and Stix and I have done some recordings for some other things, and we've used a couple of them. And to play it and to hear Brisbane's Bounce, to look at it on the CD, they say Brisbane's Bounce. I got really full because one, a happy thought is my mother and my sister, my family could see it. My mother, my wife, everybody could see it. And my father, my grandfather, they're not here, but like my father was, he was encouraging, and to see that just outside of me, it just pays tribute to the name.
Yes.
And that's how it feels for me. It's incredible.
Incredible indeed. Yay. Thank you for sharing that. Now we still have some more music for the folks to see. I see that we have a lot of people in the room, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight. And I want to keep the music going, if that's all right with you, Stix. All right, so we're gonna play.
Can I say one thing before you do? We're giving,
of course,
thanks. So the first thing, I want to thank God for just all you brothers that have, we've been on this journey together, and it's an honor to share the stage with you, to share records with you. And I want to give a thanks to Tony Stevenson, because I got called for, I got a kidney transplant May 28th of 2023. And initially, that just cut me out for months, which was a blessing. And Stix was really concerned because we had to get the record done before. We had to get the record done. We had a deadline, and I said, "I'm gonna call Big Brother," and he knew what was happening with me, and he jumped right in, and he did the whole thing. Normally I would, so I want to say thank you, Tony. I love you, brother, and thanks for always being there.
Thank you, Tony. When you go back, you guys, and watch the beginning of the live, if you joined us later, you'll see behind the scenes, and you'll see Tony Stevenson in the box, laying down some good bass lines with Stix and Maestro. So really cool. So we're going to go on to another set of songs. And when we come back from that, I'm going to talk a little bit more with Stix about the Soul series. And you'll hear some things on this next set that you'll understand while I'm asking him those questions. So enjoy the music, everybody.
For my sister Queen Khadija.
I need that applause again.
You may not try
stage. Is he here? Where's he at? He right here? Everybody, I need y'all to get back on your feet for legendary, iconic New York Soul, Mr. Avio Dude!
Everybody talks about freedom. I got this piece we're gonna do right now called The Price of Freedom. Freedom is much too expensive for anyone to buy. And yet there are many who always try. The price of freedom is your heart that allows yourself to feel. The price of freedom is your soul that no one could ever steal. The price of freedom is your love that you receive and you share. The price of freedom can't be measured. It's as open as the air. There's no monetary value. That's what freedom is all about. Sometimes freedom is open blood. Sometimes freedom makes you shout. There's no monetary value as to what freedom is all about. Sometimes freedom is a whisper. Sometimes freedom is a shout. Anything with a price becomes a material sacrifice. Freedom becomes a debt that's never paid. Freedom is natural. Do not forget. It only requires the commitment you made.
Price of freedom. The price of freedom.
Price of freedom. Price of freedom. Price of freedom. Price of freedom. The price of freedom. Price of freedom. Price tag on our souls. To live life with freedom means you within yourself you're in control. To do what you desire doesn't mean you are free. To face the flames and deal with the fire and recover naturally. The price of freedom is not a price, but a way of life. To live with faith and much less strife. Price of freedom can't be as hard. Life experience, knowledge fun. Price of freedom can never be gone. Life experience is always
So
fun.
break it down. So we want a little bit of crowd participation. Is that all right? All right, so to my left, you're right. I want to hear you guys sing.
Price of freedom.
The price of freedom. Can we try that? The price of freedom. Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you.
Price of freedom.
All right, give you one more time.
Price of freedom.
There it is. On my right, your left. Let me hear you say.
Price of freedom.
Yeah.
One more time.
Price of freedom.
Listen, they think you're better. They think they're better than you.
Price of freedom.
They think they're better than you. One more time. Hey!
Price of freedom.
Everybody in the room. Price of freedom. Hey!
Price of freedom. Price of freedom. Price of freedom.
Price of freedom is your heart.
Price of freedom.
It's your soul.
Price of freedom. freedom.
Fight for freedom.
Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Fight for freedom. Lyricist freedom. It's our song. Fight for freedom. Give everyone. Lyricist freedom. It's our song. Give it up for
Incredible. Incredible. So my first question is for you, Stix. Well, actually, nope. My first question is for Denson. When Stix told you that he wanted to do Be Thankful, what was your first response?
My first response was, yes, we get to do a cover. And I love the originals, but there's something special about when you do songs that, you know, that have already paved the way and can connect to people in a way that's already, you know, within them for the music that they've been listening to for a while. Here's now the Bone Squad's interpretation of this record. And I had a lot of fun. You know, I remember sitting in the studio with Stix, and he was basically had an idea to come up with a different arrangement. And he's like, Denson, can he add some chords in here where, you know, that drive can have some color and can go in a different direction? And initially I was thinking, what are you talking about? Like, the song could almost like just speak for itself. Like, what more do we need to add? But, you know, I took my time, and, you know, like I called it earlier, this is the lab. So I said, let me put something together while we're here in the lab. You know, I came up with a small chord progression that I thought would really change the perspective, but still pay homage and not take away from the song. And I believe it came out great, and I love what we did with that.
It did. It's an excellent song, sung by Khadijah, who is a wonderful artist. I'm sorry that she wasn't able to join us tonight, but she's an incredible artist, beautiful vocalist, and she definitely added, you know, her stank on the song. Stix, why did you decide to have vocals on this soul album?
You know, this album had to do a little bit more than just bridge the gap between jazz and hip hop like the first two soul records did. This one spoke to me because the real influence of Olympic soul is Bob Beamon. It had to relate to a period in time when he was at his thriving best. Just coming out of the Olympic Games, this is what the people, you know, was about. They were thankful for what they had. Like, it was a struggle in the 70s to a degree for some folks. And I wanted to bring that period back in today's time, just to remind people, yo, you know, what Bob is still standing as a champion, and you can too. Are you a Beeman-esque? You know what I'm saying? And that was the thriving of putting vocals on this particular project. And in connection with one of my career did not start out playing in a band. My career started playing with poets. I traveled this country. I traveled Europe with poets. And when Bob said, hey, I got this friend I grew up with named Abio Dun, I was like, what? He was like, yeah. I was like, what? And I haven't seen Abio Dun in so long. And Bob kind of just reconnected us after so many years of me not being distanced from him and from the poetry scene. So you know, when we spoke about that, I was like, man, I got to put him on this record. And Price of Freedom is something I wrote back in the 90s when we were in college. because I saw how much I wasn't free in college. I had to pay for everything, man. I was like, Jesus, man, why is everything? So I got to pay for everything? Wasn't getting no help, had to get a job. What's going on here? This is a place I'm free out of my mama's house, free away from my aunts and my cousins, but I got to pay for everything? Just didn't make sense.
Freedom. That's
Price of freedom.
funny.
So
Yep.
I spoke that to Abiodun, and he pulled out the magical pen and ran with it, with this great poem. And it's really something, again, thanks to Bob Beamon, his life, his legacy, and all that he stood for and stand for to this day as a champion. And with those two, with him and Khadija. Khadija, if y'all don't know, she's the singer on Jay-Z's record, Ain't No Nigga. If y'all, that's the name of the record. I'm sorry. She sung with Salt and Pepper. She sung with Melody Hodge, and she's a dear friend. We worked with her once, the Bone Squad, me, Al, and Maestro, when we did during the pandemic. I called up a hip hop friend of mine, DV Elias Christ. Salute to DV Elias Christ, one of the best to do it, sing, rap, multi-talented. He had Khadija sing backgrounds for him when we did a little something together during the pandemic. And then that was our connection. And her just being a sister, when I gave her the call, she didn't hesitate to pick up. And instead, she actually got the two background singers, Rufus Black and Dondi. Thankful to them for joining in. But Rufus is singing backgrounds with her on the album. And so we got Be Thankful, and we got The Price of Freedom on the album, which was the first for me because I never had vocals on anything that I wrote. And this was the first project, which I wanted to be monumental with something different, kind of to separate from the first two of the Soul series. Here we are with Olympic Soul.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you, Bob, for being an inspiration for this whole album. You are the inspiration, sir. We have more music, you all. I want to keep the music going. I don't want to wear people out by us talking, but I definitely want to hear, your inspiration behind it. So when we come back from the next two songs, I want you guys to have in mind, what was your favorite song to play on Olympic Soul? So when we come back from this video clip, I want you all to tell me your favorite song from Olympic Soul. Sam?
2, 3, hey!
Didn't I tell you them boys are bad? Them boys are bad, y'all. Them boys are bad. I hope you all enjoyed those two amazing songs. Stix, can you tell us the names of the two songs we just heard?
So yes, the first one was called Funkatonic, and that was actually written by Maestro. You know what I'm saying? He penned that years ago. He could tell you a little bit about that. And the second one was called Monday Madness, because Mondays everybody be mad when they get into the office.
So Denson, tell us a little bit about Funkatonic.
I'm glad I got to go first. It was the first song played in this segment. Funkatonic is actually my favorite song, and here's why. I wrote this in high school. I think I was about maybe 15 years old when I wrote that. And my intro to producing and songwriting and putting songs together came from, my dad bought me a keyboard called Trinity, and I would do my songwriting and like instrumental mixes and beats, as they would say, and create my music in that form. And I came up with Funkatonic. Try to make something that was really funky, something reminiscent of some of my heroes like Quincy Jones and Stevie Wonder and people of that nature. What I love about this song is I've always carried the motifs or the themes from that song into other things that I produced since the time that I created that song. One song being Sean's record called Sun Rain, in which he plays a solo on trumpet and he plays the theme. And for me, it's like almost like a game for the people who follow my music and follow the music of people who work with me. Hey, can you find where I Funkatonic in Sean's music? Can you find it when I did it in Stix Bones music and things of that nature? So, I love being able to connect my music to, the later stories in my musical journey.
That's super cool. All right, Sean, you're up next. Favorite song to play with the Bone Squad from Olympic Soul, and then tell us a little bit. Denson segued into you being a performer outside of the Bone Squad, so tell us a little bit about your latest project, so the audience can know that.
So I definitely love all of the cuts off of Olympic Soul, but if I had to choose one, it would I would have to go with Leap. Leap is my favorite to perform. One, simply because, not only because of the inspiration behind the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Beamon, who made the world famous leap, many moons ago, that still stands to this day. So the story behind it is impactful. And so people love a great story, and then musically it connects to that story, because there are many skips and jumps and leaps all throughout the record. It's definitely horn heavy, and as I have shared with my brothers while we always build in the box, after we rehearse for hours, we usually have like a powwow, and we just chop it up, talk about the music, and I say, like, I would say, like, Stix, man, this record right here this ain't jazz, man. This is like, this is like world music. It's like, it's pop, man. It's like, it's jazz, it's funk, it's hip hop. It has so many elements that just feels so good. So Leap is that record that really does it for me, not just from the musical aspect, but it's definitely fun to perform and it gets people dancing.
Sorry.
And then, as a segue, as you asked, speaking of dancing, so as a performer myself, You know, I've been performing for many years. And so being a part uh, of the Bone Squad has reignited my fire, I should say, for my musicianship, staying sharp, not only as a vocalist, as a trumpeter, but just overall in being a performer, being always readily prepared, always staying ready so I don't have to get ready. And recently I dropped an EP entitled It's Just a Vibe. And I truly believe that nothing happens, you know, by chance. You know, just like as I was describing, you know, Leap and how it transcends musical genres. It just feels good. It's just good music. In the same way, something that I've been championing is, you know, it's just a vibe. Well, what kind of music is it? Is it dance hall? Is it reggae? Is it, you know, is it hip hop? Hey, look, man, like I'm trying to get away from all these boxes, man. Just enjoy the music, you know. Just appreciate, you know, the process that has gone behind it, and that has gone into it, and not just the product. And so It's Just a Vibe is all club music, party music, where it's nostalgic, where I sample records from the late 90s, early 2000s, and, you know, bring my own, you know, take on it that makes it relevant to today. And it just encapsulates, you know, all the musical genres, if you will, that have been impactful in my life. And I use that to tell my story. And in telling my story, I know that it connects with so many others. So just want to make people dance again. Just want to bring back live musicianship again to the forefront. And that shift is happening. And I'm blessed to be a part of that.
It's just a vibe. Yes.
Hey.
Hey. I'm a shining star, just in case y'all didn't.
Listen. Davina, you did good. You're doing good.
Oh my goodness. All right. Big Al, what is your favorite song to perform from this album? You muted.
Okay. Thank you. There was quite a few, but for me, there's Leap and there's Monday Madness for me. Leap for me because musically it has everything in it. But personally, everybody in their life, you know, you should be leaping towards something. And for me, that is it's inspirational, and I love the horns, and I love the horns in that song. If that was the only thing we had to play and show up and play, I would do it, because it's all of that, you know. And Monday Madness, that performance that we did, everybody just watched, it started one place and it just swelled, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And that's representation of the band, you know, that we're always, you know, we're growing, you know, swelling and feeding each other, and it's fun to play. So it would definitely be Leap and then Monday Madness.
Speaking of Monday Madness, again, y'all know I'm Stix's wife, so I get to hear his inner thoughts oftentimes. And he struggled putting that song on the album. You guys had played that song for years, and it was never on an album. Y'all played it for years and years and years, and he really struggled to put whether he should put it on the album or not. But I'm really glad to hear how much I love it. I'm going to let Bob go, and then Stix, I'll ask you to come back and talk a little bit more about Monday Madness. Okay, go Bob.
Oh, I think what as we worked in the studio, and as we talked, um, and then talking about the Olympics and my relationship to the Olympics, I would say, Leap is probably um, the one that I really like. And for me to open up on January 12th with that was just really, really great. It just got me in the groove. And I'm sure if it got me in the groove, it got the audience in the groove. And of course, by the band playing, they delivered the message well. Just one uh, interesting comment that I just want to make. Um, what's so unique about uh, this Bone Squad Stix? It gave me the impression there was a group that started back in the '60s with Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, uh, uh, of course, we had that particular group was amazing, and how they became so incredible. How they did their things was that they had a great harmony between all of them. They worked. I mean, they were so excited to work with Miles, but also to have the good fortune to be creative, to be open, to uh, open up with different ways of thinking. And so you don't really see a lot of bands that will stay together that will have this kind of style where it's always exciting. Something they always want to create, and I think that Styx gives that kind of feeling that um, his ears are open. Uh, like when we talked about uh, the the Curtis Mayfield, I think it was Curtis Mayfield that did uh, the song, and I think that it was a tremendous night that night where uh, he gave all of us the opportunity to be creative and to open up with such force that it people still call me and they're still excited about when is your next gig. And um, so I'm really really blessed to be with a group that sticks together not only as musicians but as totally as friends, and they, to me, love each other. We love each other, and no matter how difficult it is out there, when you walk into the studio, we have such a calmness. It's a place to rest our weary bones and our mind, and get into something that we really truly enjoy. And so, again, I am really blessed that he uh, thought about Leap as something associated with me. Thank you, Sticks.
That's good. Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, me.
thank you. So, Six, before we show our final clip for the evening, I just wanted to ask you to talk a little bit about Monday Madness and why you struggled, trying to figure out whether you wanted to put it on the album or not.
So Monday Madness is the first song out of all the records I've ever written where I take a solo. Any of the other songs in the catalog, there's no drum solos. And I purposely did not play solos because my format was groove. If you're in your car, if you're at work, I didn't think you hearing clap, clap, blah, 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 you know, was you be distracted. Oh, you know, you be distracted. So I didn't want to do that. I just wanted you to groove. I wanted you to be able to be in your vibe, whatever you was doing around the house. I didn't want nothing that just distract you. But this one spoke in a sense where Bob had something to say. And whenever I had to let that voice speak, and that was what won it over to place it on the album. Aside from us playing it for so many years, I'm like, somebody might steal our song. They got to know it's from us. I thought it was time to, with Bob being on it with me, that helped me say, listen, if it's something that's distracting, you can skip over it, but we're going to talk on this one. And this is the one that stands outside of the series, where, again, there's no other drum solos on any other records. And I admonish any and everybody who are watching and listening, please, when you go back and you listen, pull up a Stix Bones, the Bone Squad, pull up our catalog. It is great music. It is music built for family. It's music built for a good atmosphere. As Sean said, it's just a vibe. Whatever vibe, that cool, calm, collected, just relax after a hard day's work. Our music gives you that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you listen to music on, you will find us there. Just spell my name right. And you will find us there. But that is the reason why Monday Madness made it on to Olympic Soul, is because I was able to share a voice with Bob Beeman.
Awesome. So Sam, we're going to do that final clip, and then Stix is going to come back by himself and tell you guys where the band is going to be this coming weekend. And then we're going to close it out. Thank you all so much for watching this live. I hope I did all right as a host for this amazing band. I had so much fun talking to you guys and learning more about each of you and how you feel about my husband, because we definitely all feel the same way. He is an amazing man, and the opportunity for him to put this band together and to take you guys from the box to the world is really happening, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So Sam, we're going to do this final video, and then we're going to bring it back with Stix alone on the screen, and he's going to close us out. Thanks, everybody.
let's show a little bit of tribute. We got Sean Taylor on the trumpet, Melvin Smith on the saxophone. Y'all got something to say to them? I think they played this last night. I don't know. But we gonna find out. Here we go.
Good evening, everybody. I like to first salute my wife, Mrs. DeVita, and Sam Archer of samsdigital.net, Music Magazine, for hosting this beautiful event for us. I would like to thank for the cutting room, those who were not able to be here but made that happen for us. I would like to thank Ray Schulte of Schulte Sports, Adam Goldstein of Brooklyn Wine Company, Congressman Towns, Carol Green and Redwood Entertainment, World Business Leaders, Patrick Knight and Associates, Ed Tankus over at Blue Plate Radio, 75 Media, Rich Harris, our graphic designer, Who Shot Your Photography, Dana Janae Photography, Nate Archibald, John A. Scott, and Kudos Popcorn. And most of all, I love to thank all of you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule tonight to hang out with me and the Bone Squad and to get a little bit more about us and what we're bringing to the table. I did not want to just, so many people could not be there that night. We have a lot of things going on in our lives, and whenever there's a date, some of us, there's conflict in schedule. But the one thing y'all can do is take our music home with you. Take our music home with you. Share it with your family and friends. Share it with your coworkers. Jazz music is not something that is popular. We don't get all of the outlets that you see, the TV shows and all of that other stuff. So please take the music with you, share it with you. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for being with us tonight. And so many of y'all who hopefully you guys was inspired. Now that you know a little bit of our background story, we'd like to thank each and every one of you guys. And I want to wish all of you a great evening. Thank you so much for joining us.